Hey, it's your girl Sierra, and I'm the owner of the largest Black-owned shapewear store in America. Bossci is my brand, and I started my brand 4 to 5 years ago, and I have made over $1.7 million in sales across my online store and a brick and mortar store that is super successful in a dead mall. Although this is going to be more about my personal journey, you will learn a lot from this video. If you think you would be interested in opening a successful Shopify store, retail store, or luxury brand, hit like on this video and get ready to take some notes. I started off my business with a $600 stimulus check. If you know me, you've heard this story. A $600 investment has literally turned into over $1.7 million in sales. And because of everything that I've learned, I've been able to coach and teach a lot of women how to do the exact same thing way faster than I did it. My last 2 clients that I've been working with have already reached over $800,000 in sales in the last year of working with me. And it's just because your girl has already went through the hard stuff to get you guys through the express program and try to save you some time and some money to get to the bag quicker. If I could go over and do it all over again, number 1, brand presentation is everything. It took me a minute to actually figure out what I wanted to sell and what I was passionate about selling. But once I realized, like, okay, I really like the shapewear thing because I love the emotion behind it, and I love that it gives my customers more of an experience rather than just getting a one-off transaction product. That's when I was like, okay, I'm locking in on this. This is going to be my bread and butter. This is it, right? And not being afraid to niche. So many people are afraid of niching, and I think it's honestly because a lot of us don't know what to sell to get to the bag. We just know that we want to have an online store, we want to be a business owner, we want to get to the bag, but we don't really know what to sell. So a lot of people end up in this category of like trying to sell too many different things that don't even make sense. Listen here and listen closely. You are not Meijer, you are not Walmart. You are not going to get away with having an online store that is so scattered and all over the place and somehow portraying it as a brand. A lot of people don't understand the power in being a brand, that people think of a product and then they immediately think of your brand. That is powerful. That is so powerful. So it is a beautiful thing to niche because it makes you unique, and it also makes you stand out in a specific category of products, okay? So my thing is shapewear, waist trainers, and supplements, right? But when I first started, it was just waist trainers, okay? I've been able to branch into more relevant categories connected to my business over time, but best believe in the very beginning, I had it narrowed down to literally just waist trainers. So the very first things that I started off with were like 3 waist trainers. And to this day, like, I still sell the same waist trainer that I was selling 4 years ago, and I've now sold like over 60,000 of them over this time, right? If you have a specific product category that you're very, very interested in that you want to sell, stick with it, be bold at it, and be the best at it, okay? You can excel with just selling a specific, even one product store. You can excel in that, okay? It's all about your presentation and your branding, okay? And how you connect with your audience. So into that is going to be the second thing. To be emotional connection to the product and the brand is everything, okay? And this starts off with how you feel about the product that you're selling and why you're selling it. The easiest way to successfully sell a product is to sell something you're actually genuinely passionate about. So for example, when I first started my store, before I finally found the shapewear, I tried to sell makeup, right? And I'm good at like doing like my own makeup and stuff like that and whatever. And I thought that was a valid reason to sell makeup, right? But I'm also somebody that doesn't like to post videos of me like at all. I'm somebody that doesn't like to do like get ready with me's. I'm not somebody that charges people for makeup. I'm not an MUA. I'm not in cosmetology school. I don't have a direct like funnel to make it make sense why people would come to me to buy makeup. And I didn't think about all of those things when I first started that, and how it would make so much more sense for example, for an MUA or a lash artist or somebody who actually does makeup and cosmetology to do what I was trying to do. And I was not willing to do those things. So I had to realize maybe this isn't the thing for me, right? And that's a big thing too, is like knowing when to shift and being honest with yourself, because you don't want to waste money or waste time, right? So, and if you don't emotionally connect with what you're selling, how are other people going to emotionally connect with what you're selling? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm truly passionate about the products that I have. Truly, I genuinely believe in the stuff that I sell. I know that it works. I'm a testament of it. I've seen it transform my body. So I'm like a walking testimony for my products. I'm a walking billboard and influencer for my products. And guess what? That in turn connects with my customers emotionally. And when I say connect with your customers emotionally, when you learn how to sell a feeling and an experience rather than your product, baby, That's where the money is at, okay? I'm not just selling waist trainers. I'm selling a transformation. I'm selling confidence back to women who have lost their confidence. I'm selling a whole new ideology that postpartum does not ruin your body. You just need to have a Bossy Glam waist trainer and watch what it does for you. And that's how it turns into sales. Does that make sense? I'm not just selling a cute waist trainer because it's cute and you should spend $100 on this waist trainer because it's cute, right? That wouldn't turn into a lot of money for me. And I know it wouldn't. And I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth in every single thing that I do branding wise, but I know what to focus on and what to talk about and my selling points that actually connect with my audience, rather than just being like, yeah, just like buy this because it's cute. Because that's not gonna, you'll get a couple sales, but it's not long-term. It's not sustainable, and it's not gonna make you a millionaire, just being honest with you. So learn how to emotionally connect with your customer. It doesn't matter what you're selling. There's a way to emotionally connect with your customer, especially if you are selling to women. We are emotional creatures, okay? We love a good story. We love to feel like something is like changing us or adding to our beauty or transforming us, or we're supporting a cause, stuff like that, right? So that is like huge, okay? Make sure you actually spend the time or do the research in investing in really good products and manufacturers. I only use 3 manufacturers for my entire business. I have one for supplements. I have one that I buy a few different shapewear and athletic wear pieces from. And then I have like my main supplier that I buy almost everything from, right? And I've had relationships with these people and these companies for years, great relationship. And because of that, me making money makes them money. And when you're actually putting out quality products, you're able to charge a better price for these products. And that's a really huge thing, because a lot of people don't think about their actual business model before they start their business and how they realistically can hit number goals, rather than just being like, I want to make $1 million, right? Making $1 million has a plan. Making $100,000 comes with a plan, right? For example, my goal every single day is to make at least $1,000 from my brand, right? For me, what that looks like is 7 to 10 sales, because my average order value is $159 per sale. I know every day that all I need to do is hit 7 to 10 sales and boom, I'm at that 1,000. And I very, very often go way above that goal, right? But that's just my mental goal for my business. And because I have invested in the presentation of my website, presentation of my ads, my products, and my website, I can realistically expect to make those sales, because I've presented my products as a high value ticket item that is not just a product, it's an experience. And it's more of like a novelty. It's like a, wow, I own a Bossci Glam piece. And I've sold that aesthetic and that vibe to my customers. And that is why they feel like it is an investment when they purchase one of my products. Now, say you have somebody starting a business and you're like, okay, well, I want to sell products and my average product cost is going to be $30. If you want your average product cost to be $30 and you want to make $1,000 a day, like I am, you're going to have to reach way more customers than I am, right? So that's going to have to come with a plan. How are you going to do that? You're going to have to invest in ads, or I hope you have a following or you plan to be super, super active on platforms like TikTok or Instagram, right? Because you're going to need way more people to reach your goal, which kind of makes it harder if you really think about it, but harder in a different way. So on this model, you're going to have to convince more people. On my model, you're going to have to build more brand value. Both of those take money and effort. They're just in different ways. You have to sit and make sure you think about, okay, how do I want to position my business and how am I going to realistically get to the goals that I'm thinking of? Okay. So I chose this route because I wanted to have a luxury brand. It fits more into what I like, what I'm proud of, and just like my aesthetic, period. So that's what I did. Fourth thing I'm going to say is to not be scared. Seriously, don't be scared. Like before I opened my retail store, it was post-COVID for one. I opened in a very dead, dying mall. I was terrified, but I still did it. And I'm so proud of myself that I did it, because truly one of the best things I did for my business was opening my retail store. But it was the smartest thing because it made sense for my brand. I sell sizes from extra small all the way up to 9XL. And I also sell things that people want and prefer to try on in person. I have customers driving in from out of state every single day to come to my store, okay? They're bringing their wedding dresses. They're bringing their daughters before prom. But they want to make sure they have that perfect fit. So they want to come out in store. And that's the reason why my retail store is successful. So I'm saying that to say, you have to think stuff through logically. Does it make sense for me to have a store? Why would people want to get up and spend time in their day to spend money with my store. And that's whether that's going to be online or in person. It doesn't matter. Why would they spend their money in my store? And you have to make it make sense from a non-emotional standpoint, a non-personal standpoint, because guess what? You're not going to buy all your stuff. Other people are, right? So take your mind out of it and think about the customer. So those are just a few of my mini tips on how I was able to convert so many sales. I hope you learned something. Please comment down below if you learned anything from this video. Check out the links that I have below and subscribe. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Comment below what you would love to hear me talk about.